Good evening, you guys. Your boy Bill Mahari here, representing MehariNation Sports Podcast. Welcome to episode 34 of Basketball Conversations right here on this channel. Much love to the entire LDBC and the entire basketball community. I hope you guys been having a good Friday evening, though, to you guys, and staying safe, staying healthy throughout this whole pandemic period, guys. So, appreciate all the love and support. We are at 850 subscribers. We are slowly making our way to a thousand subscribers. We're about 150 away from the big 1,000. You guys, I want to personally thank all my supporters and all my subscribers for their due diligence. For all the videos and all the things that we've been doing, though, man. We're making moves out here, man, and I'm gonna continue to provide more content. Try to diversify a little bit, though, too, you guys. So, but you know, appreciate all the love and support, though, man. It's been really appreciated, man. Just make sure to smash the like button as you guys come in here, too, you guys. Smash the like button as guys come on in. As I see my brother Brandon Nicholson, always in the building first, always bright out and early. I like the new avatar you got, though, man. I like it, bro. And then we also got 225 Girl in the building. What's going on, man? We got Mr. Big Chest in the building, though, too. Y'all make sure to subscribe to Mr. Big Chest and also to his channel, though, too. He's going to be starting a live stream very, very soon. So make sure to check him out, though, too, you guys. 1 second. Okay, that's better. So, with all that out the way, so let's get down to business here as we always do, shall we? So, I originally had planned to talk about some of the playoff games that basically took place on both Wednesday and Thursday, particularly with the Clippers and the Mavericks tying up, basically having a great series, and Paul George basically waking up out of his playoff slump. You understand what I'm saying? But in light of what the Milwaukee Bucks decided to do on Wednesday, basically boycotting their playoff game against the Orlando Magic in response to the shooting of Jacob Blake in Wisconsin on Sunday, I just felt that it was not necessary to talk about the games right now and really more or less talk about what's been going on over the last couple of days. So let's rewind back and talk about what has happened here, okay? So on Wednesday, the Milwaukee Bucks decided in unison not to take the floor against the Orlando Magic for their playoff game to show solidarity in response to what happened to Jacob Blake and the tragic shooting that left him paralyzed as he got shot 7 times in the back. Okay, um, this created a huge wave in the sports world. Okay, games in the MLB, games in MLS, some NFL practices were also postponed in response to this. Still, you guys, as I see my brother Gideon in the building, this guy Gideon is pretty much a whiz when it comes to basketball knowledge, just like me too, man. Yep, Brandon Nicholson, I feel you though, bro. You always show love every single time, man. You are one of my loyal subscribers off from the jump, though, man. You and Frank guys foremost too. You understand what I'm saying? So appreciate the love and support, man. But let me continue on there, though, you guys. So what has happened here is that here's how it went down. So pretty much, backup point guard George Hill was on social media basically voicing his disdain for what happened to Jacob Blake, and people ripped into him and ripped all the racist stuff right towards him. And the Bucks showed solidarity because they did not trust LeBron James, they did not trust Chris Paul in basically doing the right thing, and they pretty much agreed in unison as a team to pretty much boycott the basketball game. And as a result of that, the other games that were scheduled on that day were also postponed as well. Apparently, LeBron threw a fit about that. He threw a fit about it, pretty much talking about how he wasn't informed about it. He wasn't directed about doing this off the rip, which I kind of understand maybe to a certain degree because you do want to get informed about it before something like that happens. But I'm gonna get into why he needs to stop. Why it doesn't have the authority to do that. Okay, now because of this, okay. This forced a meeting between the owners and the players. Okay, and according to some of the reporting that's been done over the last few days by the Athletic, ESPN, and Fox Sports, LeBron James pretty much ripped the players and he ripped the owners, and pretty much was just angry about how things turned out because he wasn't the guy that pretty much initiated the boycott. And it really, really got bad. It got so heated to the point where Udonis Haslem, who's a longtime NBA player and one of the OGs in the NBA, pretty much had to basically clap back at LeBron James to remind him that you're still one of us. And LeBron was so angry, he basically walked out of that meeting and pretty much was playing, you know, playing playing Madden NFL with Anthony Davis. So the next day, they all gather around in the meeting, and LeBron stayed silent for the majority of it up until the last 15 minutes, where he basically lashed and basically ripped the owners a new one. And I just found out today that the Lakers never really was serious about initiating a boycott to stop the entire season. The Clippers apparently were. They were serious about it, but the Lakers not so much. And you wonder, why is that the case? Well, thanks to Sicket TV munching out an article from ClutchPoints.com. Let me explain it to you. So Danny Green, who is the starting shooting guard for the LA Lakers, pretty much came out and admitted to reporters that the Lakers had no intentions of basically boycotting the entire postseason. He pretty much said, in quote, were we ever on the side of ending the season? No. To shut the season down would have been silly. Really? Really? So let me get this straight. So you basically doing all that screaming and yelling, and pretty much it was all for naught because you basically still turn around and still play basketball. LeBron. See, right now LeBron is creating a rift between the players right now, and this is really, really concerning. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, there is a good section of the players right now that do not like LeBron, and they look at LeBron as a complete narcissist, that he only does things for himself, not for the betterment of the players. Now there have been times where LeBron has pretty much showed the players how to start their own, agency, to how to control free agency. All these things are well and dandy. But over the last couple of years, we've seen a different character of LeBron that is not LeBron like. He's more concerned about himself. He's being more selfish. He's being more petty about a lot of stuff. And it's getting to the point right now where a lot of the players are just getting fed up with this shit. Okay? Listen, he has started a rift. He is starting a rift between the Players Association because now the players are going to have to start picking sides. You either are LeBron's crew or you're not, And and listen, I'm going to say this though right now. Doesn't it feel good to feel right? Because I was the one person out of everybody in the quartet of 2 Raw, LB, Ticket TV, LVZ, 78, the rest of the crew. I was the one that voiced my disdain of resuming basketball. I was one of the few that pretty much said, listen, there are more important things right now. Besides the pandemics that's pretty much killing people left and right, we have social issues going on in this country right now, and all sports is doing is distracting away from those issues. All right. And what is Kyrie was doing, right? He was pretty much forcing the concern for the players that felt like the voices were not being heard by Chris Paul and LeBron James. Okay. And Kyrie Irving is looking more and more right with each passing day. And the people that were ripping him, the media people, like the media darlings, like the Stephen A. Smiths, the Kendrick Perkins, the Shannon Sharps, all these LeBron supporters that keep, voicing their disdain against Kyrie Irving. Now you guys look damn foolish. Y'all are right now. Now that it's been coming out that thanks by Chris Broussard by Fox Sports, pretty much reporting that LeBron James basically unleashed a tirade towards the owners and towards the players. All right. Now it's indefensible right now. Everything that James is doing right now is really hurting his cause and really hurting the message that the NBA was supposed to pursue in the first place, which meant for Black Lives Matter. Okay. Now I'm gonna get into the critics about this in a few minutes. But what I'm telling y'all is this: LeBron is being petty. He is being a extreme narcissist. Okay, he is starting rips with the players right now, and if this continues on, I promise you, the players are gonna have to start a coup d'état and pretty much tell LeBron kick rocks because we don't need you no more. You understand what I'm saying? This is what it's becoming right now, you guys, and LeBron is playing a dangerous game with that. Y'all know what it is, guys. You understand what I'm saying? So let me check out the chat real quick. We got the brother Lou the Sports Network in there. Y'all make sure to subscribe to his channel though too, man. He's been putting out great, live streams, great conversations, man. I hope I get to do a show with him in the future because there's a lot of things that we love to, to chop it up though too. So okay, so we got a new man. We got Kareem Marawi Ku 3. Okay. All right, all right. Welcome to the channel though, bro. It's a long name though, but I probably will get it right. I'll probably get it right. So 225 girl asks, facts. But people are hell bent on watching their sports and seeing their precious LeBron win a title. There you go. You hit it right on the head, 225 girl. This is this is what I've been talking about from the jump. The players should have unified together, which includes LeBron. They should have unified together and said, we are not going out there and playing basketball. Because if we do that, all we're doing is distracting away from the issue. But no, what did they decide to do? They pretty much went behind the backs of the players and pretty much resumed basketball without even getting their voices in. And if it wasn't for Chris Paul, if it wasn't for Kyrie Irving, who was the vice president of the Players Association, for taking up the cause and letting the voices of the players be heard, this would not have been to that point. Okay, listen, LeBron never had any intentions of boycotting in the first place. All right, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. The actions LeBron does, I should say, I'll put it like this: the words that LeBron says in front of the camera does not translate to the actions he does off the camera. All right, that's the best illustration to put it that way. He could talk about how he's all about for Black Lives Matter, or he's talking about boycotting, standing up and all this stuff. But when you're playing out there, you're not you're not just necessarily bringing up the issue. You are distracting away from the issue. This is what I've been talking about from the very beginning. All right, and I'm glad that these reports are coming out because it just proves my point that LeBron never had any intentions of ever boycotting in the first place. That was never his intention because in his mind, it's just not practical to him because he's trying to pursue another championship that won't mean jack shit. Everybody know this. Y'all know this, right? Listen, we respect LeBron for what he's done on the court and for the good thing he's done in the communities, building schools in his hometown of Canton, Ohio. You understand, for Cleveland. All the good things he's done. But I'm telling y'all right now off the rip, the actions that he's doing right now are very damaging. Now he's talked about how he wants to own a sports team. The way that he ripped into those owners, I'm telling you, these owners will not forget. They will not forget. Because remember, when you have to buy a team, you have to have a group of majority owners that are willing to side with you to make a case of why you should be an owner in the NBA. All right? And the tirades that LeBron was pretty much doing to the owners, according to the reports from Chris Broussard and from Chris Haynes of Yahoo Sports, good luck with that. Seriously, good luck with that. You understand what I'm saying? Pretty much good luck with that, you guys. It's really, really really making things bad, bro. So let me go ahead and check out this chat real quick as I continue on, though, guys. Lewis Sports Network said LeBron never intended to boycott. He wanted to be the center of the agenda because the Bucks beat him to the boycott. Yep, that's it. You know what? Me and Ticket discussed about this today, and we even discussed about this last night. That LeBron has always wanted to be the center of attention when it comes to everything. He don't like it when he has to be the second fiddle to anything. Mr. Big J says that shoot, my buddy was kicking the shit out of AD on Madden. And he's responding. Lewis Sports Network says, "I respect what he has done as a basketball player. It's his front runner fake activism and always controlling the narrative." Yep. Why do you think? Why do you think right now that Kendrick Perkins decided to do a 180? Because he got the memo about what LeBron said to the owners, and he can't side with that because if he does, he probably would lose his job. Y'all know this. Y'all know this, man. Mr. Big J says LeBron wants to do things his way. If he ain't the center of attention, he don't want no part of it. You got that right. Broncos 1985 says all LeBron cares about is winning a chip and he don't care about what's going on. You got that right. Loser Sport Network says LeBron cares about the Mickey Mouse Championship sweepstakes. Oh, you talking about the bubble, huh? That's a good one, man. But yeah, guys. I mean, listen, guys. You don't like what I have to say, but you have to respect the perspective I am coming from. All right, these things are really making LeBron making himself real bad. I'm telling you, like I told you guys earlier, this is going to create a rift within the Players Association, a major rift. All right, we talked about this on Ticket TV's live stream yesterday. That the NBA Players Association is a brotherhood that they support each other, financially, in terms of business decisions, knowledge and wisdom. That's what the brotherhood of the Players Association is. And you better thank God that they have a Players Association because in boxing, MMA, and wrestling, there is no representation. There's no union. All right, you are basically all in for yourself. All right, but LeBron right now is creating long-term damage within the Players Association that could take years to prepare from. All right, the way that he lashed at those owners and lashed at the players, now the players made basically say, you know what, the heck with this guy, we want him out of here. All right, he doesn't. You don't even care if they even retire. They can give him his retirement speech, and at the end of the day, they probably spin into that fire. That's just what basically LeBron has done right now, and it's making himself real bad. Bishop Big J said, "You can't have a narcissist and be the leader of a coalition." LeBron does care because he's been active in the community, but his narcissistic volition is toxic. You got that right. That narcissistic attitude is really making himself real bad. It's rubbing the people off the wrong, really rubbing people off very badly about him, and he does a lot more good than bad. But right now, the bad that he has done is going to outweigh a lot of the good. I'm just telling y'all off the rip, guys. I'm telling y'all off the rip. All right, because right now it's really making things bad around here. And plus, I want to also talk about this though too, guys, because I've been watching clips, from First Take, from Undisputed, and talking about how Kyrie Irving never had a plan. He never originally had a plan to pretty much just on the boycott and all that. I even heard the fool Kendrick pretty much say, "Oh, well, Kyrie never had a plan. He never really had a plan in the first place, man. You got to come in with a plan." Fool! Do you recognize that all the greatest movements in American history were never planned out? Do you know that all the biggest wars in American history were never thought out and planned out? Did you really think that America had any plans of entering World War II before they were attacked by before Pearl Harbor was attacked by the Japanese? No, they never want any. They had wanted no part of it until they were basically dragged into it. All right, let's take the civil rights movement. Do you really think that Martin Luther King had any intentions of starting out this movement and pretty much doing a nonviolent movement that pretty much got him killed in the process? No, absolutely not. And another thing, and this is the biggest clincher of all, you guys. Do y'all remember the time when Muhammad Ali basically spent years in prison for refusing to go to the Vietnam War? Listen, he responded that way because he saw a war that really actually did not make any sense. And he saw a huge racism issue going on in this country. Do you think it wasn't his plan to actually serve prison time for not going in the Vietnam War? No, it wasn't. It never was. So cut the nonsense about, oh, you need to have a plan type of stuff. Bro, sometimes you need to go in their head, Steven, about, oh, we need to do something. And then you come up with a plan later on. But this whole notion of, oh, you got to come in with a plan and all that stuff, bro. Bro, that's weak talk to me. That's weak talk. All right. And it's basically exposing yourself of who you are, man. Because I can tell you this, Kendrick Perkins is no leader. He's basically a follower. All right. He's nothing but a follower that pretty much rides the coattails of what LeBron does, good or bad. Y'all know this. So the bottom line is this though, guys. whatever happens from here on in, this is good. When we look back at that whole bubble period in NBA history, this is really going to affect a lot of things. It's going to affect how it's going to affect how the players interact with the superstars and how they're going to do business with each other. And now it's really going to reflect how bad LeBron is as a narcissistic leader that basically does everything for himself, not for the betterment of the players or for the movement that's supposed to be sent it to the, basically to all the critics right now. And trust me, all of them critics, man, pretty much came out the woodwork, pretty much voicing their disdain against the NBA players. In fact, before I went to bed last night, let me tell y'all this, man. Let me tell y'all this. I was watching a Patreon video by Too Raw for TV. And do y'all know Brian Urlacher, the former Chicago Bears linebacker? Pretty much ripped the NBA players. Pretty much say like these players are doing something, basically doing something selfish. What Brett Favre did was basically a miracle. Was basically inspiring. These basketball players don't know how to handle adversity, and then basically he took down the tweet because he was too cowardly to keep the tweet on. All right, let me tell y'all this, okay? I don't care what Brett Favre did during that time. That was a personal tragedy. That was a personal tragedy when he lost his father and put on one of the best, individual performances in NFL history. But that was a personal tragedy. Do you think that Jacob Blake had any choice in the matter of getting shot in the back 7 times? No, he had no choice in the matter. And do you think the players didn't have a choice when they always feel like they're being suppressed, even though they're still making loads of money? No, it never was the case. So cut the crap there, Brian Urlacher, because you're already exposing your own inner racism as it is. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, I'm tired of this whole notion of, you people are basically rich. You don't get affected by racism. Fool! Fool! It don't matter how much money you make in the bank. It don't matter if you even have $1 or even $1 billion in your bank account. The only thing that matters is the color of your skin. All right? That's all they ever see when you basically pull you over. All right? And for these people that pretty much play the ignorant games, it's pretty much showing you that you really much don't really care about the lives of people, only about yourselves. That just is what it is about that. So let me go ahead and check out the chat real quick before I continue on further. All right. Mr. Big Chest says, young players ain't going to mess with LeBron according to Stephen A. Smith and Chris Broussard. He's treating them like second-class citizens. Oh, yeah. They're going to remember this. You got that right. Brandon Nicholson says, this makes me think of what Kevin said, what Durant said last season about LeBron's environment being toxic. You got that right, because you all know when you team up with LeBron James, you get very little credit when you're doing well, and you get the majority of the blame when the team struggles. And nothing gets on LeBron James' head. It's just not the most productive place to be around. All right? All right. He said the same. Each of us said the same thing. 265 Girl says, when it comes to us black people, we always got to have a plan, but you never tip your hand off to anyone on what you're doing. You got that right. Fast Lane Jones, what's going on, bro? Welcome, man. Salute to you, bro. So that's just pretty much is what it is. Even I heard Mr. Idiot Kobe Covington pretty much talking about, oh, these guys need to just shut up and and play their sport. How about you, fool? How about you shut up and go back into the damn octagon and actually win some fights for a change? Because I remember the last time Mr. Covington that some black guy beat the crap out of you and made you look like a fool. Oh yeah, that's right, Kamar Usman. Oh yeah, Kamar Usman went in there and basically beat the crap out of you and made you look like easy work. So shut up, you little racist turd. Man, I swear to God, though, bro. This is what it is, though, man. With this at this point, but the point of this, though, man. And you good, Brandon Nicholson? I pretty much know what was going on. You're good, man. But listen, LeBron right now is making himself look real bad. You can't be a leader or a co-leader of the Players Association and have a narcissistic attitude. It doesn't work that way, you guys. It literally doesn't. All right. You got to show, boldness. You got to be able to have the ability to lead and to diverse during adverse situations. And right now, LeBron has failed all of that. Pretty much all of that, and the owners know that. All right, that's why they're not taking the players' movements very very seriously as much as they should. They can pretty much say Black Lives Matter on the court, but actions are the ones that speak louder than words. And I'm gonna tell you, LeBron's lack of action does not warrant what he's doing at this particular point in time, man. Please, you talk about, oh, I want to basically use basketball as a way to try to support the movement. No, bro, no, that only distracts away from the movement, you fool. Gotta refresh my throat. But this is looking real real bad, you guys. It's looking real real bad. So we're gonna have to wait and see for what basically the collateral damage that pretty much came out of this, as the games are going to pretty much be resumed this weekend. They're going to resume basketball on starting Saturday and going to continue on through Sunday and Monday. So I am just not. I'm at the point right now where I'm just not interested in watching a single game right now. I was for a little bit, just because it's to consume the time. But after everything that has been going on for the last couple of days, what's the point of even watching basketball right now? Because all it does is just distracts people, because they need something to fill their distraction, because they don't want to deal with the issues that's at hand here. Okay, so I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of the fact that people want to use sports as a way to voice more ignorance. If sports was taken away from you, you would not survive. You would probably last only about what, 2 days max before you would pretty much voice like, "Hey, bring me back my basketball. Bring me back my basketball." Please, I can survive almost 4 years without NBA basketball. Real talk. Not just because how garbage the NBA is. It's because the kind of characters that they allow to run around in the league. That just is what it is, though, man. Fastlane Jones says you're speaking complete facts. Appreciate it, man. Mr. Big Jet says people are going to say the police report audio said that Mr. Blake was resisting. Okay, he was. My problem is the racist demonizing black folks. Nobody deserves to die or end up like him. It's appalling, man. Yep, I totally agree with that, man. You don't get any argument with me with that. The thing is, though, bro, they'll say like, "Well, why he didn't just, do what the officer says?" Fool. There have been situations where the black person follows what the officer says and still gets killed. AKA the example, George Floyd. When you saw Derek Chauvin put the knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds to his death. George Floyd was complying with what the officer wanted, and he's basically told him, "I can't breathe," as he was pretty much done, as he was calling for his mom. Please. Talking about, "Oh, you should have complied with the officer." You know what, bro? How about you be in our shoes for one day and feel what it's like? All right. So Aaron Garrett said, "Oh, what's up, Aaron Garrett?" He said, "Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, aka Shaquilla." Yes, sir. Rest in peace. Aaron Garrett says, "I know this is sports. Sorry, y'all. I read the news and I'm a comic nerd." Okay, cool, man. Cool. Yeah, man. I try to watch the news as much as I can and try to keep myself informed about it. In fact, I'll just say this real quick. I have no intentions of voting, though, because both of them candidates are garbage. Just letting y'all know about that. But I might drop a video about that. my favorite lady, Tay Tay Brown, in the building. Tay Tay, you've been missing out on a lot, man. You gotta rewind back to some of the things I said about what's been going on in the NBA, man. You're missing out a lot of good stuff, though, Tay Tay. But I will tell you, I'll be waiting for my mac and cheese, and then all said and done. I love it hot, fresh, and ready to go. I am just joking, Tay Tay. Don't take it seriously. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Listen, y'all. I love messing around with Tay Tay. She's one of my favorite people. She was always gonna have a place in here on my channel. All right. And if y'all try to mess around with her, I wish y'all would. I wish y'all would. Trust me. Intelligent Cycle, what's going on, bro? He just said, "I heard Chadwick Boseman passed away." Yeah, I heard about that too. I just was informed about that. Yeah, man, sad, man. J.J. Brown says, "I don't watch the NBA." I know you don't, but the things that's been going on right now in the NBA off the court, it's getting dramatic, man. And let me ask you this though, Tay Tay. Did you hear about what Kobe Covington said about what about his take about his criticism about the players? Man, I'd be anxious to hear what you have to say. Lane Jones is laughing. Teddy J Brown says, "The ass woman is coming for you." Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, she'll be giving out the thorns, and I'm gonna be taking that ass and that ass. Tay Tay, I love messing around with you. Don't take that seriously, man. Lou, the writer of sports, what's going on, bro? LeBron James chanted to become the president of the United States is over now. Tay Brown says, "Yes, I did," and he's a beep. Oh yeah, I know. I pretty much said that. Last time I checked, some black guy broke his jaw and basically made him bleed to death. Basically bleed out of the fight. Wait, that's right. It's by the name of what's his name? Kamar Usman. Yeah, that's right, Mr. Kamar Usman. That pretty much was also an All-American wrestler and was also an outstanding power puncher and beat the crap out of you. Go figure, huh? But yeah, man, it's becoming much more dramatic with these players right now. It's just becoming much more ridiculous for each passing day, and it's like, you know, it just keeps getting more ridiculous right now. And what's even the worst part is he talked to the players. I said that's basically the players are beneath him. That will rub the players off real bad in the future. Think about this for a moment, you guys. As Miss Tay Brown pretty much said, you know, the hell with Kobe's racist ass. I'm glad Usman beat the crap out of him. Me too. Me too. Me too. I loved every single minute of it. That's why I always will keep watching it every single time when I feel bored. But yeah, to pretty much wrap this up by this, okay? The fact that LeBron pretty much cussed out at the owners, but then he was pretty much talking to the players and talked beneath them, bro. It's really, bro. You're setting yourself up for failure for that one, because now most of these players right now are gonna look at you like, bro, you never supported us, so why should we support you and what you want? You know what I mean? Because all the good that LeBron pretty much did over the course of like a decade has now been pretty much been eviscerated over the last couple of days by basically becoming an immature child and pretty much ranting around pretty much with no direction of what he was pretty much doing. And then he decided to turn around in a 360 and said to the owners, "That's okay. We're gonna resume basketball." Like what? Y'all terrible, man. Y'all just it's just ridiculous, man. He said no Black Panther too. Yeah, man. He also said, "Oh man, that's really sad now." I know, man. I know. It just keeps getting worse and worse. And now you got the owners angry, you got the players angry. It's like, bro, you're making yourself even worse every time you run your mouth. Now people are going to look at LeBron and they're going to take everything he says with a grain of salt because they know that LeBron is not genuine of the things he does. And it's really bad. And I really wanted to talk about all the remaining playoff games right now, but this is too important. It's way too important than some basketball games. And I'll be honest too. I'll be honest. If the players would have stood firm and said, "No more basketball. We are standing by with the Black Lives Matter movement." I'm telling you, it would have forced a lot of the rich owners who's got into the pockets of a lot of these politicians to do something about it. Because what does taking away your money from these rich owners do? It makes them adjust and it makes them bend the knee to get what your demands or what they want. Great example. Daniel Snyder refused to change the name of his Washington football team for decades. Would not change it. But until months after George Floyd's death and after FedEx pretty much threatened to leave the organization, is when finally Daniel Snyder pretty much gave up and said, "Okay, well, I'll change the name." You know what I'm saying? Listen, at the end of the day, we have the power to make a difference. We have the ability to pretty much take our dollars and go somewhere else with it because what they survive on the most is the black consumer. They heavily depend on our dollars. And if you take that away from them, trust me, they're going to bend the knee and do whatever it takes to protect their business. All right. Now it's not popular to be racist right now because people are just tired of the BS going on around this country. Everybody knows this. You know what I mean? I know everybody in the chat understands this. So LeBron made himself look like a complete fool, and at the end of the day, he's gonna have to pay the consequences for his actions because now, not a lot of these players are just pretty much gonna say the heck with this guy. Why do we need to tell him anything? And that's what I told about Ticket TV's live stream. Like, listen, if I was a player right now, I'm fighting LeBron fist to fist. I'm like, bro, you're basically stabbing us in the back because of your pettiness. No, bro, you're gonna get beat up for that. All right. And I don't care if I get suspended for life for it. All right. Because this is wrong and you know it's wrong, but you still wanted to do it. Why? Because you wanted to have a chance of win another championship and try to pursue, Michael Jordan's, championship record. Bruh, get out my face with that. Get out my face with that. And any of you LeBron fanboys has a problem with what I got to say, what the heck's wrong with you? Seriously, what the heck is wrong with you? This is not your hill to die on, you guys. These guys have the ability to pretty much say no more basketball until these issues are solved. That would have created a monumental shockwave around the sports world. You think the NFL is going to try to make something like that happen? I doubt it. MLB, no. NHL, no. So if the players stood firm on their stance of boycotting the games, they would have been much better off, man. But they did it to them. But basically, LeBron and a lot of his other people that support LeBron, they did it to themselves, man. And now they're playing damage control, and it may be damage beyond repair, you guys. I'm just telling you right now, it's just making themselves look real, real bad, man. Yeah, 2020, bro, has been a very, very, terrible year, man. I hope 2021, is better, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for the night, though, guys. So I need to get ready for work in the morning, though, man. But I appreciate a lot of you guys for sticking around with me and chopping it up, though, too. I'm gonna end this a little bit early tonight because I gotta get ready for work in the morning. But don't worry, I'm gonna start continuously putting out videos. And also another thing, I'm going to give you a special Eritrean video that's really dear to my heart. And there's been a lot of reports right now that there's an active genocide going on in the country. And I'm going to shed some light about that issue, you guys, though. So, but I really appreciate all the love and support, though, guys. You guys have been so fantastic. You guys have been so supportive, though, man. Everybody in the chat, has been really much engaged in what I've been saying. And I pretty much love the interaction, you guys. And listen, if you disagree on anything I say, don't be afraid to voice your point. But as long as you keep it, respectful and you have good points, we can always agree to disagree. But when you try to play fanboy games and try to troll, that's where I basically cut you off because I don't have time to deal with that. I don't have time to deal with trolls. You know, understand what I'm saying? That just pretty much is what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for the night, though, guys. But appreciate everybody that has been here tonight, though, you guys. It's been really a lot of fun. Just make sure to smash the like button on the way out. I'm going to continue to produce more videos this weekend. You know what I'm saying? To keep up with the playoffs, to keep up with the Eritrean situation. Or if you guys want me to do a historical perspective video during the weekend, just let me know, though, too, guys. But I will try to start hosting out videos Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Central Time, with the exception of maybe some breaking news, though, too, if anything develops. And trust me, there's going to be a lot more things developing out of this, though, too. So be on the lookout, guys. And this has been Abil Mehari, represent MehariNation Sports Podcast for episode 34 of Basketball Conversation. I appreciate all the love and support, though, guys. Much love to the entire LDBC, and have a great weekend, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Peace.